Thank you so much, Jasmine, for hopping on this call with me today. Let's start off by asking you, how long have you been sober now?
Little over 5 months.
Little over 5 months. How do I do my reaction on my screen? Boom, 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 fireworks. So, how was alcohol affecting you in your private life?
Before alcohol definitely caused more chaos than I wanted in my life, caused more negativity, caused more drama, just in general, kind of took over in ways that I didn't realize it was. But looking back, I'm fully realizing, yeah, that really took over a big chunk of my life.
Right. No, absolutely. And how did you feel about yourself when you were drinking?
I didn't feel good. I didn't like the way my body looked. I didn't like the way I felt. I didn't like the way I acted. The hangovers, the anxiety, all of that came along with it. No fun.
No fun. Yes, definitely the body, anxiety, not having fun, not loving it. I can resonate with all of that. So, absolutely. And how did people view you when you were drinking alcohol, whether it was friends, relationships, boyfriends?
Probably the biggest word that comes to mind is annoying. I've watched videos of myself and like my voice, and I'm annoyed at the way, like when I was young, I talk like this, and it's like that is so annoying. That is not how I sound. That's not what I want to sound like. I've had people like in college literally tell me like, yeah, she's annoying. It's like that's not who I want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I hear you with the voice changing. Sometimes I would hear my voice. I mean, you obviously you see a lot of the videos that I post on social media, but there's always voiceover or music because if I were to play my voice in those videos, I would be mortified. Oh my gosh. And so why didn't you like, or what didn't you like that people would say about you when you were drinking? Just the annoyance, or was there more to it?
Yeah, a lot of it was like my behavior. Like looking back, my behavior was not reflective of my values and myself. And so the person that I was portraying to the people around me was not actually matching who I am inside.
Right. Absolutely. And how early did you start drinking? Like what age were you?
So I started drinking when I was 16,
Okay.
and I'll be 34 next month. So for over half my life
Hmm.
was drinking.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like it's just it's what we're told to do. That's the cool thing. We watch our parents do it. We see everybody, drinking. We want it's enticing. It's forbidden as a kid. And so you start early on and then you get really hooked to it. And here we are, over a decade later, right? But you're 5 months into this and you're killing it. So
Thank you.
what made you reach the point of I just don't want to do this anymore? Like, was there a tipping point? Was it a lot of things? What did that look like for you?
So for me, I definitely did have a tipping point. You know, we've all had those moments where it's like, I'm never drinking again. And then it's like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like I had one of those times where it's like, I am not drinking again because I almost lost my boyfriend, my partner. And, um, you know, I knew that if I never drink again, we will never have that issue that we had like that last night, that final night, because I was blackout drunk. And so I don't remember what happened. And I now never have to worry about that. I will always remember what happened. And so it's like there's a sense of calm, there's a sense of peacefulness that like me and my partner have with each other because I know we will literally never be in that situation again.
Absolutely. No more mind-altering substances for us.
Yeah.
And your guys' communication, your intimacy, everything has gotten way better full circle. And
Yeah.
I love it. That's amazing. And so now how did you hear about Sobriety 7? You'd hit your tipping point, you had an argument with your partner. How did you hear about Sobriety 7?
So it's funny, I remember scrolling through Instagram as we do, and I came across one of your videos, and it was about like how drinking can affect, giving birth and being a mom. And that's something that's very important to me. I'm, early 30s, and I want to be able to have children and have a family. And as we age, the chances get lower, or like the chances of birth defects and like all these other challenges that we might face. And so I saw that video and I thought like, okay, yeah, like, oh, I want to be a mom. Like, okay, maybe I should like think about my drinking. But, it didn't stick. And then, after that, whole night out or everything, I was scrolling on Instagram again and you came up and I was like, let me do a deep dive. And I just watched like all of your videos and I was like, this makes so much sense. And I think what I really appreciate about what Sobriety 7 offers and shares is a message that we are in control and we have the power. And I'm not giving up the power to alcohol. Like I have the power and I'm choosing to use that power to not drink. And I think that type of messaging really resonated with me and empowered me.
Yes, I love it. That's what I want others to feel is the power back over your life. That if you choose to not drink, how many things are going to improve your life? You'll admire yourself. You'll get to the deep-rooted reason as to why you started drinking in the first place, right? Because something that started off as fun, sure, slowly became this sad and lonely thing where we're blacking out and numbing out and not feeling the emotions. It's just, yeah. So you nailed it right there on the head. Were there any concerns about joining Sobriety 7 or the community?
Not at all. I had no concerns. Yeah, I've gone through a lot of schooling in my life. So for me, like having like the structure of like almost like a Google Classroom type setting, like for me made it not easy because like this is challenging. It takes work, right? But made it easier that I'm able to like look at, okay, here's a calendar of all the events that I get to join. Here's a list of different like articles I get to read and videos I get to watch and like I'm able to learn more about myself, about my patterns, about my behavior. And it's like structured and laid out in a way that's very digestible. And I'm able to interact with others. It's not just me online by myself, it's me working together with other women and going through the process as a group, which I
Yeah.
think is nice.
Absolutely. I do have it laid out, so it's very easy to consume. And that was going to be my next question is, do you feel that you've actually made real and true connections, or do you feel like you're just a number on this platform?
I feel like I've made real connections. I feel like I want them to be stronger. It's funny because like I'll see like the same women on the Zooms and stuff, and I'm like over on my screen, I'm like, I'm rooting for you, and like um it makes it tricky because we are, spread out throughout the whole world, even not just the United States, the whole world, which
Yeah.
is like really incredible that we're able to connect in that way. I think for me, I want like more. I want like in person, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Um, but definitely like having those connections, like being able, I sent a message to one of the girls that shared earlier today, sent her a DM, just because like I felt like, you know, she might not know she needs that right now. I'm going to
Mhm.
give it to her anyways,
Yeah.
that type of thing, which I think is special.
So virtual connections, but you're ready for the real deal in person. I'm excited for you to come out to Miami. I'm excited to meet your partner. It's going to be great. We're going to film a podcast. But yes, I definitely hear you on the aspect of meeting in person. And, it is nice though. We do build these relationships over the Zoom calls, but always looking forward to the day when we actually get to meet in person, right? Just went out to dance with Rachel. Like, this is awesome. I love this, right? Jen, Steph, Brooke, they all came. That's the goal, right? Get into the retreat. So, how would you say that you feel about yourself now stepping away from alcohol for this duration of time that you've stepped away? How do you feel about yourself?
I mean, I feel so amazing in so many different ways. Um, it's funny I have like an Apple Watch, and when I first started my sobriety journey, like I got these notifications from the health app, and it was like, your resting heart rate has gone down. You're like telling me all these like vitals and all these like information that I didn't even realize or think about. Like my self, like I was healing. I was literally healing from the inside. Like my body is changing for the better. Like I've lost weight. I'm the healthiest that I've ever been in my whole life. Um, it's crazy, but yeah, I feel so good mentally. Anxiety and depression has been things that I've always struggled with. Yeah, in college, I convinced myself I needed to take an antidepressant. So then I did that for about 10 years, and then I finally got off that. Um, and we all have times where, I feel sad or I'll have anxiety, and like that's part of normal life, right? But overall, I've quite literally never felt better. It's truly incredible. Like,
I'm so
yeah.
happy for you. And you've gone on a fitness journey, like you've lost a tremendous amount of weight. You've shed the weight of alcohol. You're feeling better. And yes, absolutely. There's, this weird conspiracy about sobriety that everything's just great, right? And just like, oh, it's all better. And it's not that. There aren't sad days or days of frustration like I shared on the call this morning. I woke up extremely like anxious and I was like, huh, but you find better tools to
Yeah.
deal with those emotions and not run back to your familiar way of, I'm just gonna numb it out, drink it away, and you never do. The problems, they reside within
Mhm.
you. So absolutely. I'm so happy that you're feeling better. And have you noticed any other big changes or have people noticed any big changes? Like what's something big that's changed in your life since you've gotten sober?
Um, I think just like the positivity I have around me is something that's changed. Like, I remember when I first, early in the sobriety, like coworkers who I didn't necessarily like feel close to were like, wow, Jasmine, you're like glowing. You look incredible. And this is like not even a bunch of weight loss has happened. It's just the poison is not inside of my body anymore. And like to have like other people around me who don't necessarily know what I'm going through or just like a acquaintance coworker type be able to tell me that like my aura is brighter. And it's like, what? You can tell? And so I think just like my positive vibes is just like helping to attract other positivity around me. And yeah.
And you have the most, I can't tell you how many girls now do the heart in their screen because of you. You have the most positive vibe to you. You're just always radiating and smiling big in the screen and are just, it's been really nice to get to know you. And I'm happy that you joined Sobriety 7.
I'm so happy.
You ask what the brand colors were because your chair and your shirt were going to match them, or were you just asking? Because I'm like, she
Well, I wanted my shirt to match, and then it happened that my chair
was
matched.
orange. I was like, did she like set this up? I'm like, you are brand colors. You are embodying Sobriety 7, and you look so nice.
Thank
Well,
you.
those are all the questions that I have, but if you'd like to add anything or if you want to share any big realizations for anybody who might be listening to this.
I guess my biggest thing that I would want to share is life is so great over here. It's like growing up, we don't realize that sobriety is an option. Like, I just want that to be the biggest message. This is an option. You have this choice. You don't need to be, you know, you, everyone has problems, everyone has issues, right? So maybe you have more of a drinking problem than others, but it's like it's a spectrum, right? And it doesn't matter where you are in that spectrum. At any point, you can decide, I don't want to be on that drinking spectrum at all. And that's great. And that's awesome. And I think that's the biggest thing. People are saying the way society viewed cigarettes in like the 90s and the early O's is the way people are viewing alcohol nowadays. Like people just don't want to drink. They just don't want the poison in their body. They don't want to act. They don't want to this and that. And that's great and that's amazing. And
Yeah.
that's a choice.
Mhm.
Every day we can wake up and we can choose, I'm not going to put poison in my body today. I think I'm going to eat right. I'm going to go on a little health walk and feel great about it. And so just I want people to know it's a choice. You can choose sobriety and it's amazing.
Wow. 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 Yep. Beautifully put it. Sobriety is universal. You could be at any stage in your life to choose it. And it's funny you say that. My friend last night, who never had really like a drinking problem, right? She like had a drink here and there. She's like, yeah, the past 3 months, like watching your content, like I just stopped. And she's like, I feel amazing. She's like, not even just that little bit that she would have here and there is in her body anymore. She's like, I really recognized through watching your content, like I really don't need it. She's like, my biggest thing was always like, I was going to make people feel uncomfortable. It's like, why is what's in my cup affecting other people around me? It's so odd because I had the same belief. I'm like, if I don't drink, people are they're gonna care.
Hmm.
They don't care. And if they care, that's weird. That's
Yeah.
weird. You shouldn't care about what's in my cup. Like, worry about what's in your cup. Mine could be a Shirley Temple, or it could just be a glass of water. You enjoy your whatever beverage. So I love that message. That's an amazing realization and message to the people. We are for the people. So thank you so much for being a part of Sobriety 7. Thank you for hopping on this call with me today. And just thank you for choosing sobriety. You didn't have to do it, but you chose it and it looks good on you. So
Thank you.
keep up the work and I'm excited for our journey to continue.
Me
And I'm
too.
excited for you to come to Miami and film a podcast and go get lunch and go to the spa and just hang out.
Same. Thank you so much. Truly giving me a new chance at life that, I don't know if I would have gotten, but I'm very, very happy I got it here and with you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me today, and I will see you on the next call. Bye, Jasmine.